we're an environmental activist family, and there's this group that my sister was involved in. It's called Kids Against Pollution. And when I was 5, I did a couple of projects here or there, but I really started getting involved when I was 7. And our first major project was on Superfund. And Superfund is basically the money that goes to getting a thorough cleanup of toxic waste sites. In the state of New York, Superfund had gone bankrupt. So it wasn't being refunded anytime soon, so we were pretty angry about that. We did lemonade stands, bake sales. We wrote letters to kids. We did workshops on it. We created environmental awareness to the public. We lobbied mainly in Albany, especially an Earth Day Lobby Day, which is an annual event, and it happens at the state legislature building. We go to our representatives and we meet with them and we talk about certain bills, and Superfund was the main bill for close to 8 years. One of the main reasons why I was involved with Superfund so immensely was because my community was inundated by improper toxic waste managing. This is an entrance to a toxic waste site that qualifies for Superfund money. Now in the site there's nuclear waste, there's pesticides, and I think solvents. And the problem with the site, it's an old site, and so there's no collection system. It's basically just all of these materials in the ground. And this is a mile from my house. This is a massive toxic waste site that primarily has pesticides and solvents. It's one of the biggest in the area, and it is positioned right above an elementary school. And in recent years, children playing on this very soccer field, which is right below the dump, have seen orange leachate on the field. But since the collection system has been put in, hopefully that will not happen again. Last fall, New York State legislatures passed the bill to refinance Superfund, and in October, the governor came to Utica to sign the bill into law. And what was probably a photo opportunity, he signed it right in front of a toxic waste site.
The Superfund Brownfields Law was probably the most significant environmental victory in New York State in the past 10 years. And it was the product of more than 7 years of advocacy and campaigning by groups like Kids Against Pollution and Shadia Wood, who came to Albany to lobby state lawmakers repeatedly over that time, urging them to pass this law and to keep it as strong as it is.
Running is one of my great passions. It parallels my environmental activism. They are similar in several ways. It gets me out into the environment, and like politics, when I reach a lot of resistance and everything seems so overwhelming, all I want to do is give up. But I can't. I have to keep going. The goals of my project were to gain more awareness for the bankrupt Superfund, to get the elected officials to take action to refinance Superfund, and especially to restore the contaminated waste sites. Youth are the people that are going to have to live with the good or bad decisions our predecessors have made for us. While we are too young to vote, we can still get involved to determine our own future. And I think we did.